Supervisor Richard Forster with your Board of Supervisors report from October 9th, 2012. Starting off the meeting today, the board took a moment of silence for a fallen local citizen. Larry Zanato passed away just several days ago. Very active resident of our county. At one time was a staff member for, I believe it was Congressman Gene Chappie, and also a county employee at different times. And Larry did a lot in his life, did a lot for our community, was a master at writing articles in the paper on local history, and I knew him very well, and as a lot of people in the county did. Larry got around, and we are going to miss him. Also, under public comment, it was announced that by Supervisor and Chair of the Board, Louis Boitano, that Supervisor Ted Novelli was elected to the state LAFCO Chairman position. So we wish Ted well in his year, and he's already resumed that role, so we wish him well. First item up on the agenda, we had the Amador County Historical Society. Kind of ironic that Larry Zanato passed away, and this item comes up for final approval. He was integral in the Historical Society for all those years, but in this case, we've had some issues with the agreement that we're trying to pin with the Historical Society. They felt that it was too cumbersome, that it put too many requirements on the Historical Society. Our county administrative officer, Chuck Eiley, along with Supervisor Louis Boitano and Supervisor John Plaz, worked with the Historical Society. They managed to pen an agreement that was much more palatable to them without giving away the farm as far as rights that the county has. I mean, we have to protect the county artifacts, but at the same time we realize the whole goal of the Historical Society is to reopen the county museum. That's everybody's goal here, so we're going to try and work it out, and we did. Phil Gerlani, Judy Jabian, and Georgia Fox from the Historical Society spoke, and we're very much appreciative of the county's efforts to come up with an agreement that worked for both sides. Next up, the Amador County Employees Association was asking the Board of Supervisors to allow them to go to a vote to decertify their affiliation with the Service Employees International Union. This is a new group. It was represented by Joseph Rose, who spoke on behalf of the Amador County Employees Association. They need 30% plus of the county employees to vote to allow them to go for a decertification vote. That was accomplished. We had Gwen Johnson spoke on behalf of the ACEA, and really a little distraught over the actions of SEIU, which has now filed an unfair labor charge with the County of Amador. That unfair labor charge is based on the resolution that established the employment relations policy with our employees is ambiguous and does not jive with state law. Our County Counsel, Greg Gillott, wrote a 4-page memo on this and recommendation to the board that he felt that state law would override any ambiguities in the county policy. So with that, the board took action to allow the employees to go forward. At the same time, we're going to have to go to the Public Employee Relation Board and discuss that unfair labor charge that's been levied by the SEIU. So we'll see what happens there and whether that vote will go forward. The whole issue stems over the language in our policy that basically makes it very restrictive for employees to vote to decertify. That is very much in against the state policy under the Myers-Milius-Brown Act. So with that, the next item and the last item of the day, short agenda, long day. This was a 5-hour public hearing on an appeal that was filed on the Newman Center and Edwin Center North project. This is the Newman Ridge Quarry and the Edwin Center North project. The Newman Ridge project is obviously, as I said, a quarry, a large quarry, a 50-year operation, 50-year plus. Edwin Center North involves an asphaltic batch plant and a concrete plant, as well as rock loading. And the issue here came up for appeal by Frazier and Teddy West, and the group LADA, which was a group formed specifically to fight this. It's the Ione Valley Land, Air, and Water Defense Alliance. Very emotional on both sides. Fraser West, U.S. Colonel, retired with the Marine Corps, and Teddy, I've known them for a long time, but the issue finally came down to, was it a good EIR? Was it defensible? Did it meet all the standards? The board found 4-0 that it did, and denied the appeal, approved both projects here. It comes down, as I said, you don't want to shift the impacts to one area of the county, to the Jackson Valley George Reed Quarry. The other side was farming and ranching have been compatible in Amador County with mining for a long time. That's all I have. 223-6470. This is Supervisor Richard Forster. We will talk to you again in a couple weeks.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.